Live from the KHOU 11 studios, it's Great Day Houston. And now, here's your host, Deborah Duncan.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Great Day Houston. Okay, so you watch the show. As you know, oftentimes we have celebrities. Then there are celebrities who actually impersonate celebrities. And when they hit the mark, sometimes the imposter is better than the real thing. Take, for example, Tina Fey. When she took on the role of Sarah Palin during the election, some voters were actually confused and couldn't tell them apart. They were voting for Tina Fey. Okay, we came to know our first guest on Saturday Night Live as well. Some of his impressions include Bobby Brown, it's my prerogative, Gayle King, Kobe Bryant, and characters like Starkeisha.
I'll say your name.
I said my name is Starkeisha. My booty soft to touch. The girls think I'm Janet because they like to miss me much. They miss me much.
I am miss you much.
They really miss me much.
Live from Houston, Texas, Finesse Mitchell.
How are you? Absolutely. What's up, Houston?
Let me tell you what you did
What did I
with
do?
that character.
Okay.
There's a generation of little girls named Starkeisha now because you did that.
There's a Starkeisha, there's a Sharkeisha. Sharkeisha is on a social network punching people.
Yo, she's just doing stuff.
Yeah, but you know, you got to keep the Keishas alive.
Yes,
You
okay.
put whatever name you want to put in front of it, but then Keisha.
Yeah. Mo Keisha, Star Keisha, Les Keisha, whatever. Okay.
No Keisha.
Speaking of names,
Yes.
your name, Finesse.
Yes.
Obviously, I think it's a very cool name, but
Yeah.
growing up in Atlanta,
Yes,
did the
that's-
kids think that was a cool name?
No, absolutely not. You know, Finesse, Lord Jesus. First of all, I thought it was African or Swahili. Just turns out my mom was ghetto. And just turned out she was young and ghetto and just, you know, named me after the shampoo bottle.
But no, she did not name you after the shampoo bottle.
Yes, she
no,
did.
She did not.
Said she had me home for 2 weeks and didn't know what to call me. Then she saw the shampoo bottle and she said, Finesse Mitchell. Yes.
Well,
so that
you know,
was it.
In hindsight, it kind of helped you because you either fight back or you join them.
I tell people I'm Derek Fisher from the Lakers or something like that. But it's
It
cool.
gives it to humor.
It's cool now because now when I see people, it's funny to try to figure out what they will say. Like, you know, because nobody even thinks it's finesse.
Yeah.
It's spelled finesse. It
Finesse,
is finesse.
finesse.
Now, I get finesse, I get finest, I get fitness.
Oh. Well, you know,
When I was on Saturday Night Live, Lauren Michaels called me Febreze for 2 years. Because
if there was an odor in the room, he wiped it away right when he walked in. Right. But it did give you a sense of humor because kids can be cruel.
Absolutely. And the bullying today is nothing like it was back in the day. I mean, the bullying today is on another level.
Well, it was nanny boo-boo back then, and today it can cost some child's life, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you realized you were funny, but when did it settle in your head that that could be a career? Because you didn't do that for the longest.
Well, one thing I will say about my mom, back when the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was on TV, she used to always say, you act just like that guy. That guy has your job. I said, what do you mean? You just as funny as that guy. You need to get paid like that guy. So I said, but every time I try to be silly, you give me a beating. She said, yeah. She said, but that's because you're doing it for free. I want you to go out to Hollywood and get paid to do it. And next thing I know, I went out to Hollywood and started.
Next thing you know, you actually had options. You had a lot of options. You were a great athlete.
Yes. You know about me.
I know. Yes. He's saying you must not know about me. Yes, I do.
Well, yes, Houston. I graduated from the University of Miami, where I played football for the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, you played with Warren Sapp.
Yeah, Warren Sapp, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah. But you did something that a lot of athletes choose not to do. We know the reason why. The lure of certainly making millions of dollars and being famous and the whole bit is certainly there at professional sports.
Yes.
But you struggled academically, and that was not something that you were willing to settle with.
Right. You know, I found out that you couldn't be on the football team and have a 1.7 GPA. So I had to make some choices. Choice number one was I had to get off the football team just to graduate and concentrate on school.
But graduating was important to you.
Well, my mother was a school teacher, so it was important for me to
beat
get
you
my degree.
again.
She still beat me, Deborah. That's why. No, I'm just serious with my camera. No. And so after that, I went into selling insurance and doing all types of corporate work, health insurance,
With
Medicare
your
insurance.
personality, was that something you actually enjoyed?
I enjoyed it
Really?
because in South Florida, you do Medicare insurance and you get to show up at people's houses and they're senior citizens and you say, "Hi, I'm your Medicare rep," and they go, "No!" And you go, "Yes, it's me. You know, show me some ID."
Yeah.
And you show them ID. But then when you get in there and you win them over, they love you. They trying to give you stale cookies that they baked 2 years ago. And you start to establish.
I think I can find me some cookies for you.
I can find some cookies. And you're like, ugh.
Yeah. But you know what? That's kind of the same that you do in comedy.
Yes.
You walk in the door, and oftentimes, especially in a club, if we paid to see you, and we paid you to make us laugh, we're like this at first, right? Like, you're going to make me... And then finally we laugh, right? But
yeah.
you win the crowd.
But I
over.
love that. I love, like, I can see in the audience right here. I see how people looking at me, and some of them going, you know. But I identify with everybody. Like, this is the Christian side over here. You know, I can tell. Yes. And you'll be happy to know I just gave my life to Jesus Christ. So, you know what I'm saying? See? But then he gave it right back. See? See? I got you. I just made you laugh. See how easy that was?
The holy grail for a lot of comics, of course, is Saturday Night Live. What made you decide to audition and keep auditioning?
Well, rent was due. I was, you know, I'm from Atlanta, moved to L.A., and next thing I know, I always tell this story that at the time I was living with my girlfriend, we got into a fight. She put me out. I'm wandering around the streets. I'm in front of a comedy club, and so I say, if God got something for you, it's for you, because he'll put you in the right place at the right time. I just happened to be walking by a comedy club when I heard somebody say Tracy Morgan was leaving Saturday Night Live, and they was looking for the new black guy. And I was like, I'm black.
Yeah.
And they were like,
and I need a job.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, fitness, send your tape in. You know? So I sent my tape in, and then next thing I know, they called me in to audition. And out of about 75 black guys, they narrowed it down to 4 people. And next thing I know, after I auditioned, my phone rang, and they said, Febreze, we want to hire you. We want to hire you.
What is so cool about that? There are so many people who would not have bothered to send a tape in because we defeat ourselves before we even get started by saying, I would never get that job. So many other people are probably doing that. And there could have been a moment there, you're right, where you may not have done it.
My manager at the time, he was like, Finesse, you don't do sketch comedy. You're a stand-up comedian who's at the Improv tonight, so come and see me.
Yes.
But he's like, Finesse, you don't do sketch comedy. I said, man, it's not about what you think I can do. It's a job, and I'll just adapt, send my tape in. And they invited me to audition, and the next thing I know, you know, I'm doing impersonations.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of, can you do a couple of us for us right now?
Well, my favorite one I like to do is Morgan Freeman. So anytime anybody thinks of driving Miss Daisy. I don't know. I didn't know you was gonna have to do impersonation. But how was the voice? Was it all right?
Yeah,
Did it sound like Morgan a little bit? All right.
There was Morgan.
All right.
And of course, the funny part is when you actually just kind of cross over and you actually become female characters too. Like people sometimes stop me and think that I'm Oprah, or they think I'm Gail.
Oh, Gail.
You know? Yeah. So you've done Gail King before?
Yeah, I've done. Well, the thing is, and that was the big thing about Saturday Night Live. They didn't have, you know, black females.
Yeah.
So you know, you go there and you be excited that you're on the show, but they start bringing all these wigs and dresses to you, and you're like, what's this for? And they're like, yeah, you're going to be Venus Williams today. And I'm like, I'm Venus Williams? And then I go be mad. I go into Keenan's dressing room, Keenan Thompson. I'm like, they told me I got to be Venus Williams. He was like, and he hold up a wig. They told me I got to be Serena. You know, so it's like, so... You know, you go and you have fun, and before you know it, you're like, you just get in the character and you do it.
Yeah.
But they just hired a black female, so big shout out to a young lady named Sashir, and she starts in January, so I look forward to her. Yeah.
You have an advice book for women.
Yes.
And so speaking of that advice book for women, we're talking about something that's making headlines around here in particular, actually across the country, but really resonates here in Houston. There's a young woman who says that Arian Foster is the father of her baby. She didn't know he was married, so she started dating him and had no idea, and now shocking. And she's suing because of emotional distress and, of course, for child support.
She was dating him.
Yes.
So it was more than one date. She was dating him.
Yes, yes.
And then she's having his child.
Yes, yes.
And she did not know he was married.
Yes, yes. I say Google, but anyway.
So,
yeah.
I say all the nights at 5 p.m. when he says, oh, gotta go, and you don't see him anymore, something is wrong. Because anybody who's married is sleeping with their wife at night.
Yeah.
So all that time, if he's never sleeping in your bed and spending the night, then something is wrong.
Yeah.
Not to mention the Google. I don't care if I sleep with a football player. I'm going to be excited about it to the point where I'll say, let me, what his jersey number? And I'm going to get him some flowers. And as soon as you type his name in, you're going to see a baby and a wife and all that stuff pop up on the computer. So,
yeah, because the wives make sure, let me post this family picture. I'm going to post this family picture.
So what's her name?
You
don't know her name?
I don't remember her name.
Well, she knew. Where's my camera? One more time. Is this my camera? Right there? That's my camera? Right there.
Brittany,
you knew. Stop playing. You knew that man was married. Enjoy this child support for 18 years, but don't sue for nothing else because you're going to sound crazy.
But you know what? I got to end with this. The man knew he was married, too.
Yeah, but you know what? Brittany shouldn't have threw herself at... No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Stop. All right. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by. And you can see Finesse live tonight at the Improv for one show only. The show is at 8 p.m. Check our website, greatdayhouston.com, for more information. And Finesse says that he loves coming to Houston and he loves the audiences here, so welcome back.
Thank you very much. Big shout out to all the AKAs. It's their Founders Day, so I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And thank you for having me, Deborah. Had a great time. Hope you invite me back.
You can come back anytime.
Houston!
All right.
I love it.
It's official. Hair is now an accessory. Up next, changing your hairstyle is as easy as changing your shoes. We'll show you how to do it without scissors or the salon because we're wigging out next. You heard Finesse talk about, you've worn a few wigs. Yes, yeah. You might have to wear
this is a wig right
here. Segment too. All right, we'll be right back.
Woo! And over here, I'm talking about the Super Bowl, but not the Super Bowl. I'll explain what that means later on, but right now I'm hanging out with Cypress Lake's Sterling Stars. They're adding some spirit. We're using our jazz fingers here. Oh yeah, baby. Coming up, I will tell you how you can join the team too. Woo!